Very good morning, friends, and in this video we are going to discuss about how to display, how to render the elements in the list. Like we have the ordered list, unordered list, and how to render the elements, because you need to have a group of elements. Same way, if you want to represent certain set of data in the tabular form, then also you need to have a group of data, maybe in the form of arrays or something like that. So using map function, how we can display them and how you can smartly use the features of the ReactJS and get your UI properly displaying all those elements. So here I go to my Visual Studio Code Editor, and then there in the component folder I create one component called as lists.js. So now I'll be using RFCE snippet, RFCE, because I'm creating a functional component, and this is the list. Now since I want to represent the list of elements, we need to have the list of elements. Suppose if I want to display the list of fruits, then I write first you need to have the array. So const fruits, and then it is mangoes, and then I can use bananas, pineapples, plums, and then watermelons. Okay, now I want to use this list of fruits in using a list. So there I'll use the map function, but now here I need to make this division as the UL or OL, depending on whether you want it to be the ordered list or unordered list. Now I'm using unordered list, that's why I'll be using UL. So this UL, and there inside in the curly braces I use fruits dot map, and then fruit, the singular form, arrow function, and in the parenthesis I will use li, and I render fruit. So this is it. Now here I save the file, go to the app.js, and then I use it there. First I need to import, so first let me use this after this paragraph function. So here lists like that, and then I need to import also. So import lists from components lists. Okay, and then save file, refresh the web browser. Waiting for the local host. Now you see these are the list elements, they are coming in the form of dots. Now I go to understand how this looks in the DOM tree. So don't need page source, I need inspect. Okay, so inspect, now I go to console. Then first of all you need to provide the key, that is okay, I will use key, and then I want to understand that how this looks. So in the element form, this is body, inside the body you have division fruit, there you have division app, and here inside the list you see these are coming in the form of list. So no problem with that. Now what I do that, suppose I want to keep this display thing separate, like create a new file and list data.js. So I want to keep my elements away. The displaying part will only be done in the list. So there I use the snippet RFCE. Okay, so in the list form here you are displaying the list. So just you copy this list and paste it inside this. So list fruits. Now there I don't need this. There I need to pass I need to use the object, this list data I will be using here. So first here I write list data and then I pass the fruit as the prop. So fruit is this is the fruit. So save the file. And how will the list data come to know that it has to render fruit? So here I this okay, so there I use the destructuring of props, so fruit, and this is done. So let me refresh. This is failing. List data is not defined. List data, okay, so list data I'm using in the list, so I need to import it here, but this time I have to import the list data from the very same place where you have list. So you don't need the component folder to mention, so just write list import list data from list data. Now save, refresh. So yes, there you see the elements are displayed, but right now if you see that they seem to have some error. So here, okay, so the first problem is that we have a division inside the list at div. That can be managed because if you see many different designers, they use this property that they put the division inside the list. Now you see that every list is inside a division and then it goes into the UL. Suppose if you are not interested in having a division, then you can use the idea of the fragments. Then you just make it as react.fragment. This is react.fragment. React.fragment, yes. So the advantage of using react.fragment is that inside the DOM you will not find the div, so it will not render the division part there. So simply I refresh it, and then there you see inside the body, inside the root here. Now I don't have division, you see only I have lists. So this is the advantage of the using this fragment. Now the shortcut, another way of using the fragment, that you don't mention anything. just like the empty tag and the closing tag. This is also, it means that this is fragment. So save and refresh, you will find the same output. Okay, now suppose if I have a data to represent the tabular form, so first I write tabular data. So table data dot js, and then I have a table. So table dot js. Now I go into the table dot js, use snippet rfce to make it a functional component, and then inside this I want to use table data is here and this is table. So first let me remove this, I make it as a table. This is table. Now this is table, and inside the table I need t body, and inside the t body we need tr, and inside the tr we need td. So this td thing I want to keep in the table dot data. So here also I use snippet rfce, and there suppose I have a list of elements. So write const data or const set of data, set datas equal, and then suppose I am using the data like this: name, and then address, and then zip, or first city, and then zip. Maybe this is, so this is name. So you can write Tom Hanks, RS Street. This is not the address of Tom Hanks, I'm using a random. Washington, and zip I use, I don't know what is America zip, I use this as zip. So this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, now suppose I take few more, at least 3 more. So ID is 2, then I write Donald Trump. So he must be living in the Trump star. And I name it as Mumbai, Trump star Mumbai, and pin code is 400032. Then I take another one name as ID3, then Boris Johnson, he must be living in 10 Downing Street, I think, I don't know, 10 Downing Street, and London. Okay, now zip code, I'm making one code. So here I use the list, like another, like after mapping I want the result to be, so this is set datas. So I can use const data list equals set datas dot map, and then I write data, then this function, and inside this function I write td as data dot name, and this is 1 td. So we need control C, 2 3 4. So td dot name, td dot address, data dot address, and then the data dot city, and this data dot zip. Now this read one, just to put a cursor, this says JSX expressions must have one parent element. So here I use the React fragment. So because I don't want anything else to be added inside the table, I can use div also, but it gives warning that the div cannot be inside the td. So but it will display, but that is not the correct way of displaying the thing. So closing curly bracket here. Okay, then what else do we need? Semicolon is needed, not this one. Okay, first I have to render these elements inside this data list. Yes, so the const data here, semicolon find, semicolon find. So const data, oh, this one should be parenthesis, and here you should have two closing parentheses. Okay, now it looks okay. Now I have to use this table data inside this table. So there, if I use table data, table data, and I need to import it also. Import table data from components, table data. Save this main.js. I need to use table now. And there also import table, and here table. Now let me refresh, check whether we get the result. Okay, it's showing error. Table.js module not found, cannot resolve table data. Okay, table data. So this is table, and inside the table we need to have, or table data is not in the components, it is because they have the same root. Save, again says that okay, now it's displaying. So now see, this table is returning in the tabular form. Now I will go to inspect. So inside the table you see tr, and then inside the tr you are having td. Now look at the warning. The warning must be saying you cannot use div cannot appear as a child of tr. So div cannot, because this is tr, and inside this we have a table data, and the table data is representing a DOM component of a DOM using this root as a division. So this is what we do not want. So I remove this one and make it a fragment, because I don't want list DOM to be there. And then you see that this warning will automatically be gone. Refresh. So now, so the elements are represented properly, is fine. And there is a warning. Table as tr. Now let me see. Again we are having a t body. Inside the t body we have tr division and then tr. So we have extra division somewhere. Not this one. It must be having where table save table data, save, then refresh it again. Console. I don't. This should not be there, because I have already first let me get its key prop. So key prop means if you want the key, then there inside this table data key equals data dot id. So 3 errors are gone. To warning, div cannot appear as a child of tr, but this is, yeah, there is no div. Warning should not be there. This is, now see, table. Inside this table we have tr. Inside this tr we are having a division, and then this division td Tom Hanks. Everything is coming form of td. We don't need this division. Inside tr we have this whole thing is coming as, so the better I think that I remove this tr from here and yes, and put this here as tr, because I'm displaying tr only one row at a time. So now save and refresh. So you see elements error. Still we are getting a division. From where this division is coming? Okay, let me refresh it again. We are getting all inside the T body. We have a division inside the T body. So this is the T body, and this table data is coming as in the form of a division, even if there is no such. Oh, this one, this is creating the problem. So remove this tr from here, and there I keep the empty fragment only, that is fine. And this td I make it as tr. Control save. What is this time when this is wrong? This will be just tr and then closing here. Now save this file, and then yes, you see there is no error. So it's, and here also from inside this tr, then again we are td down, and that's fine, td, and this no error. So this is working properly. Tom Hanks, but all of them are coming in one row. So if I just keep this as tr, and this also as tr, and this one I keep it as a fragment, then it will be in a proper now tabular form. So see, so this is coming now. These are not decorated because we are not using css. In the next video we'll discuss about, we'll make it a proper good looking web. These days we can say in these videos we are discussing the concepts, more importantly ReactJS. So I'm not putting more emphasis on designing or the css part. So but slowly we'll create a project, and then they'll understand that how it all works. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel. Have a nice time.